Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Turn it over to Heidi.
So this is our first meeting for the 2026 budget. It is just to go over the numbers and to see if you have any questions. I kind of wanted to just start with a definition, which we all know, but a budget is an estimate of the money needed to operate the unit for the fiscal year, and it is the amount of money that is available or assigned to a specific purpose. So our budget, again, is our appropriations. It's the money that I'm allowed to spend. It is not the same as the funds of what is in the bank. We're going to kind of go over this first page here, the 2026 budget estimate. If you go down to the second line, those are the wages for our police department and part-time deputies and overtime. Those numbers, I went up by 2%. We will need to schedule an executive meeting to discuss what direction we want to go with raises or no raises this year. Next down is just the office supplies for the police department, whatever they might need to run the office. I just went up 500 due to increases in goods. Fuel, a lot of these numbers may be the same or different this year based upon what I have in the system that I'm able to see what we've spent or not spent. So we kept fuel for the police the same. Their fuel costs may go down a little bit next year. The streets and parks fuel was in the police fuel, so we have that separated out. The next 5 lines, those are moved over to public safety, and we will get to those. I did speak with financial services group due to the property tax. We may have to move those back, but they said this year it was fine to keep them under the public safety and the taxes. The vehicle maintenance, I went up 5,000. We're spending a lot of money on keeping the police vehicles taped together. And then my wage, which looks low, but it's split between 3 different departments. The same thing, 2%. Council member salary, the same. Overtime, there's usually no overtime. Parks and streets, I went down because we will be trying to cut back on part-time as much as we can there. Superintendent, up 2%. The next line, you will notice a huge jump in the amount from what was last year, and that's based on the real-time numbers of what we're actually spending.
Which line are you talking about?
Okay, second page, third line,
Health and life.
Health and life. The
thought.
second column, I'm sorry, I should have said that. The second column was the 2025 numbers. So that is your comparison. The ones that are written in to the left are the 26 numbers.
Yeah.
Medicaid and Social Security, we went down based on the numbers. PERF went up quite a bit. The clerk, treasurer, office supplies, I kept the same. The attorney and engineer, accountant, I kept the same. Based upon that number might be higher since we will be working with 2 attorneys and an accountant more this year with the rate study. Internet, I went up 1,000. That number was not accurate. Phone, I went up again. Publishing of legals, I went down in that. You are allowed to do a lot of publishing on Gateway or on our town website. So hopefully we will not have as much that we have to put into the paper.
Cause that's free, right?
It is not free. Gateway is free.
Right.
Yep, sorry. And the town website is free. The town insurance, I went up slightly based upon what was actually spent. Bonds again down. A lot of these numbers are very close to being the same. The fire protection contract, that's one I know exactly what we spent. So I went down on that. Okay, I'm on to page 3. There is nothing on this page that is outstanding to me as far as numbers. No major jumps there. This on down, 3/4 the way down the page, major moves. That is just what has been in there. So we stayed with that same amount. I do not think once we get through the audit and have correct numbers that will be the same. Last year, we're down into park repairs, park operating. Last year, that was where the state cut us. We weren't supposed to spend any there because we cannot prove our revenue, so they put 0 in there. But I'm still trying to get some money appropriated for parks and park repairs. Okay, on to page 4, under the second green line, cumulative cap development, I left that at 70,000, depending on if we are able to start or do a project. So that is why that is higher. Public safety is where the rest of, from page 1, the police, their ammo, K9, clothing, equipment, all of that is under public safety. And I foresee 2027 being where we'll really know the impact of the taxes, not having those or having those. And that may all have to change back to general. Continuing education, sanitation, I went down based upon what we actually pay for that.
Where's we
But
at?
page 5, sanitation, the very top. It is still higher than what we pay, but lower. And then the V. Haynes building. I did go supplies. We don't use a whole lot of supplies for V. Haynes. Power and heat was, I believe, a little lower than it should have been. I did increase repairs and maintenance, providing if we get things straightened out, we may be able to invest a little bit in that building. But these are just our estimates. This doesn't mean that these are the numbers that we will actually get back from the state. So this is just for you to review.
You anticipate getting more or less?
And look. Well, on to the next page.
That'll be
Here.
so.
Is if you look at column 2, the budget estimate based on our numbers, what we need is $1,073,400. The maximum revenue estimated to be raised because we can't prove our numbers is only 500,000. The levy, which we approved at our last board meeting, that we're trying to get an extra 40,000. But there is a difference between those 3 numbers and the first number of 43%, 90. So there could be a huge difference than what we get back compared to what we adopt if we go with these numbers.
Plus or minus?
Minus.
Okay.
Always minus.
Yeah.
With not having our correct numbers, we can't prove what we're bringing in and where all of our funds are at.
Right.
So the good news is the auditors are here, they'll work through it, and there is a light now. How long the tunnel is remains to be seen.
And they're covering the last 4 years?
They are covering 2020 through 23.
Okay.
The Parks and Recreation, that one is the one that was cut last year. I don't. Local road and street, that is actually a very low amount in the budget estimate. You can't, that's just basically filling the potholes and plowing. More in the motor vehicle highway. But again, these numbers don't correlate with what we actually have in funds at this point. So that is all I have.
Okay.
Any questions?
Okay, we talked a little bit about the raises, and all we can do is wait and see where we're at.
Right, I think that we need to schedule an executive meeting to talk about that is not, public, to discuss.
When do you think we should do this?
I'm ready to talk whenever, whatever works for your gentlemen's schedules.
Okay, would it be easier to do it after a regular board meeting or before, or what?
Yeah.
And
I mean, you would all be here, so.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, either way, before or after, it's fine with me.
Yeah, I think after, since you usually meet with Kurt before. So, our next meeting is October
The
7th,
7th, yeah.
the 7th, so we would have time to post the notices.
Okay. That works for me. I'm all open, so what about you, Jeff?
Okay. So,
Very good, Heidi. It took a lot of work for this to try to lead the way through a minefield.
well, I am being helped by Financial Services Group. They are great to work with.
Good.
And
So did that lady get things done for the auditors pretty
She
much?
did, or they would not be sitting here today.
Okay.
But at a cost of probably 60 hours at $160 an hour. And I did ask her if she could split that bill into a couple different invoices for us, and she agreed to do that.
That's helpful.
We could split it into years, one this year and one next.
Yeah, that'd be even better.
Okay, now, we talked a little bit about a Christmas party. We're gonna wait till after the auditors are done to see if we can financially do it. Does that make sense to you
Yeah,
guys?
Sure does.
I don't know if they will be done before Christmas.
Or we just figure out what the cost is and we bear the cost personally. Just split it up amongst everybody. I could throw some money in to help.
Well, last year Triad gave us $500.
Well, it'll work out. We'll figure it out here in a month or so.
You guys got any other concerns or questions?
I don't.
She's been driving herself nuts working on this.
I literally can't even imagine. It's just
Well, it will get easier, and once we have correct numbers, I have enlisted people to help me, and so each day I learn a little more. So we're moving forward.
Does he need to know about Lauren?
Not right now. So, guys, the meeting adjourned.
Okay, meeting is adjourned.
okay, very good.
Set it off. We're to study these then, right?